Okay, everyone, welcome to the long-awaited video that I have been working on for quite a while. Been really looking forward to this. So, we're going to be diving into a game that was originally, well, non-VR, I suppose you'd say. So this game's called Elite Dangerous. I'm sure it's familiar to most people, but if you haven't played it, it's quite an amazing game. It's a sort of space simulator, space combat sort of game, open world, completely online, massive, epic game. And it's at the same time, it's probably one of the very few, and probably I'd say the best non-VR game that has been converted across to support VR. A lot of developers claim that they're making all these new games now, or they're modifying their games to support VR, but the fact is that they just don't most of the time. VR is designed either to, use the Vive's room scale in, those sort of confines of the environment, or it's designed for you to be in one position playing the game. And, the three sort of genres that come to mind which are perfect for VR are sort of racing simulators, flight simulators, and, space simulators like this, where, you become, rather than staring at a screen, a flat screen, you're part of the game, you're in the game. And in the context of this game, it completely transforms it. It is not even comparable. Yeah, so we're going to get started. It's going to be sort of a mini video series. It's going to start off with this one, which is like an introduction to Elite Dangerous. We're going to, in this one, just go over some basic stuff, just a couple of quick things to get you started, and a quick demo of what the game's like on the Vive. And then we're going to move on to other videos. We're going to do some, do one on controls, setting things up, and, do some exploring and things like that as well. And, yeah, so we're going to kick this video off. We're going to get started. So we're going to first start off by recentering our screen, because when I fired the game up, my headset was sitting on the bench, and it was facing over in that direction, which has messed up my menu system. So what we need to do to get very first thing to get started in this game, you need to make sure you're centered, facing straight ahead. You need to make sure your seat is in a position where your head's not forward or backward. If your head is forward, like you're leaning forward, and then you get into the game and you put your head back, you're most likely going to be inside the body of your pilot with like blocking your vision, and it's going to screw with you. So you've got to be careful with that sort of stuff. You can do this while you're in game, by the way. You don't have to do it in the menu, but I generally do it in the menu before I get started. And you want to make sure you're centered, facing straight ahead. And luckily, Elite Dangerous has already pre-binded some keys and everything, so you can recenter your headset, and it's built into the game, which is fantastic. So for me, it's just F12 because I haven't been bothered changing it, which is also my Steam screenshot key. So you're going to hear a Steam thing, and probably a thing will come up on the screen. But anyway, so you want to be just nicely centered, and bam, everything is right in the world again. We're all done. That's all we had to do. So as you can see, we're in the the menu screen. Got our nice hangar. We've got the loading dock area over there. Looks fantastic. You can look around. We've got our ship. We've got our rover. And, you can look around the hangar, take in all the details. It looks fantastic. I haven't actually tried it yet, but probably with room scale you could even walk around if you wanted to. But I haven't actually tried doing it. So, yeah, I mean, this game was originally ported across for the Oculus, because this game's been on the market for about 2 years. Now it works with the Vive because they're very similar headsets. And yeah, it's just been, I've been enjoying it so far. There are some sort of quirks with the game. There are some bugs, unfortunately, with regards to some of the controls. And yeah, we're going to go through all that sort of stuff. So for my controls, I've got my Saytech X52 set up here. Got my throttle cluster here. Got my joystick. I've also got an Xbox controller here for some stuff to do with the Galaxy map, which is one of the bugs I'll talk about. And I've got my keyboard and mouse floating around over there somewhere. And yeah, you really want proper flight controls to play this game because it is quite complex and there are so many controls for the ship that, you need all these custom toggles, which I can sort of find most of the time, and not to mention all the analog controls for using your micro thrusters and docking, things like that. So anyway, we're going to focus more on the VR portion of the game, obviously. So we're going to jump in, we're going to get flying, and we're just going to do a quick sort of taste of the game. And yeah, then we'll follow up with some more in-depth stuff in later videos. So anyway, let's get started. And we're already on solo play, and bam. So this is the cockpit. This would be your, your normal sort of view if you were staring at the screen. But what is different about the VR experience is this. And it completely changes the game. So looking, in front of me, what I've got, I got my joystick. All of that is mapped to the real world almost perfectly. It is linear. I lean forward. All these little things make, the people getting prone to motion sickness much less likely because everything, according to your brain, feels normal. And, we've got our throttle assembly here. And we power up.
Scan detected.
And we're getting scanned. Oh, we have a ship near us. Hello. What do you want? You're ruining my video. Go away. Yeah, we don't care about him. He's going away, I think. Yep. And this is one of those things, like I can just look over and go, yeah, okay, he's disappearing slowly. Anyway, so character, controls look perfect, everything's mapped fine. My chest, the legs, these look like my legs, the shoulder. I mean, I can look over and there's the there's the headrest. And I can look at the headrest and it looks like this is my chair, as far as I am concerned anyway. I'm no use to you, that's great. So yeah, you can look down, you can look under the seat, you can look around the back, you can look over the canopy, so you're in the middle of a roll, and you can look over your shoulder if someone's on your tail, and put away my hard point guns, don't need those. And the entire cockpit it's 3D. That's the best way I can describe it. I mean, everything jumps out at you. It doesn't look flat. Sorry, I'm just going to bend my mic out a little bit. Sorry if this is a little loud. So, I can look up. We've got our comms here. Various info here. I can look to my left. And, we have our navigation. We've got transaction, contacts, blah, 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 blah. If you've played this game before, you know what it all is. And sorry. Yeah, so this is how you interact with your cockpit. You just look around at things. You look over there. You look down here. And you got your hanger and all that. So you don't need to bind buttons to your, your joystick anymore. You just have to look at it. And that is so intuitive, and it feels so right to do. It's just it's hard to describe. Which sort of brings me to one of the shortcomings of the game, which I'll show you now. Oh, sorry. So, if we go down to our galaxy map, which we're going to open here. I didn't want my weapons. What am I? Keep knocking that button. So, we'll go into galaxy map, which should open now. There we go. So, anyone who's played Elite Dangerous in 2D knows that you don't really have to... the galaxy map's not too hard to use. You got your mouse here, which sorry, I'm trying to see it with not being able to see it. And you scroll in, you do your search, you find what you need to do, and you rotate it. Everything's fine in the world. It's really easy to use. Unfortunately, in the VR world, your image in your eyes is a composite of left and right. So when you look at something dead on, it's not where you think it is. So at the moment I am... let me pick something. So, you know, I'm looking at this star sort of in front of me. I don't know how it looks on camera. But, you know, my mouse cursor is right over that now. And I can't click that. And I've clicked something over there. So, yeah, this is the problem. Well, this is the main problem with the game, and it is really frustrating. So, what I did in my other character, I haven't set it up in this one yet, I have binded an Xbox controller just for doing all this. And I know it sounds really messy, but it's just easier. But I may try using my joystick in that this time, if I can get around it. And, you know, it does have some advantages, though. You can look all around at the star systems. You can look down, you can look around, you can look under you. And, you know, you go... Just to give you an idea of how big this damn game is, like, I'll scroll all the way out. You know, it is a big game. And, yeah, so we're going to go all the way back in. And it does look really cool when you're zooming right in and you're just looking up at stars everywhere. There's just, you know, you don't even know where to begin. It does add to the scale of everything. Now, you can interact with the side menu system just fine. But yeah, so that's probably one of the biggest drawbacks. And what do we got over there? Wake. No, not interested. So, look, this is going to be just like a quick intro, like I said. So we're going to go to Cobra Holdings space station. We're going to dock the ship, pour power into the engines, and, you know, I'll just give you, just show you what it's like to sort of pilot the ship. There it is. Didn't realise this is close. I've gone a long way. So, you know, 6 kilometers. So, oh, we've got a battle. Let's go have a look. We'll dock in a minute. This could be interesting. You guys are getting some bonuses here. Look at this. You don't get many constant. Hopefully, I don't shoot at me. Oh, it doesn't matter. Should we intervene? And this is what VR is. Look at this.
Under attack.
Oh, I can't turn my head back that far. Jesus. Come on, someone blow up. Get some action. We'll dock in a minute, I promise. Oh, one of them's on fire. Woohoo! Trying to get as close as I can for you guys. Oh wow, this is great. Whoop, don't want to get in front of it. Shit. Come on, blow up, someone. these guys are really taking a pounding. Whoa. Flak. I'm really tempted to intervene. I don't think I can take these guys online. Competent.
Target shields offline.
Here we go. He's gone.
Target destroyed.
Yeah, well that was great. There you go. So anyway, let's go and dock at the space station. Hopefully the other guy doesn't shoot at us. You know, if you're just having a crazy day at work and you want to mellow out, you can just jump into this and just go exploring. You know, it's pretty cool. I love it. So we're going to dock. We're going to have to ask for permission first. And so yeah, you just look over here, find your contact, request docking.
Docking request granted.
And let's see if I don't get a shitty pad this time, because last time I had to land it. No, this one's nice. And deploy our landing gear. I think I'm facing the right way. Look at that.
Landing
Beautiful.
gear deployed.
Just line her up a bit. If you're considering Elite Dangerous, just remember you really need proper flight controls for this game. It is quite complicated, and it has a very steep learning curve that puts a lot of people off very quickly. So yeah, if you don't have proper flight controls, you're in trouble. And we're going to dock the ship like that.
Docking successful. Engines disengaged.
There we go. And yeah, so we might as well, we'll go on the hangar and then we'll call it a video. So yeah, you can just watch everything go down. You get spun around. Parked. Beautiful. So, yes, this is Elite Dangerous. This is just my first video, quick intro. Next video, I think I'll probably aim to do some, you know, control mappings, things like that, and, you know, more of just tips and tricks on how to get the most out of VR. And, you know, then we'll do some other stuff. We'll go exploring, we'll go get into some battles, do some mining, go to some ring systems, and just, you know, show you guys what this game's all about and why I wanted it so badly for VR. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Feedback, please. Like the video, whatever. And yeah, we'll be back with another video soon. See you later.